What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here. We are back, and today we are going to be doing the tracking and tranking, also known as the conservation, in Orb Vallis, which is the Venus open world location that we now have access to. So you'll see here in the video that I have tracked down some poop, which is on the map. I'll go into a little bit more detail on start to finish of the tracking and tranking here in just a moment. But here is a very just regular, common type of tracking and tranking type mission that you will be doing in order to collect some of these animals or specimens. This is going to be one of the easier track and tranks that you will find in the game. We are going after these pobbers, which are these tiny little rabbit-looking creatures that we are tracking down. Basically, you're going to follow the tracks over to this location, this call point, and you're going to get out your call. You're going to press down and call the animal once, and upon doing so, you are also going to hear a response call from the animal back at you. Once you do that, over on the right-hand side, there will be a meter, and it'll actually show you a location in which you would be starting your call, and that location will fluctuate across that metered area, and you're supposed to move your cursor, your mouse, if you're on PC. Eventually this will be coming to consoles, so you'll move that up and down in order to respond to those creatures. And then once those creatures move in, you will basically be shooting those creatures with your tranq darts. Here, I've actually kind of made the mistake and I shot a few of these creatures multiple times, but it does 0 damage. It's not meant to kill these creatures, it's meant to just knock them out. I did shoot them a few times. I didn't know if they went down because there are some animals that don't go down immediately. However, I did in fact have the ability to catch these little pobbers, and I collected all 3 at the same time, which you can collect them individually and look at each one of their stats, you know, all separately. But I was kind of in a hurry, just trying to get this footage done, trying to play as much of Fortuna as I could to get these videos out for you. And in fact, during this footage, we had the first sighting I had ever seen of this spider proxy that was climbing through here, and I just wanted to include it in the video for you guys to see. But I am switching my lure over to find a different type of animal, and you can see on the map that when you go into the map, there is a regular map that you can bring up and then a detailed map that you can bring up by holding down the map button. And I am going to fly over to the location in which we will be finding this animal, and we're going to have to, I just for the fun of it kind of flew through this giant giant spider proxy, just for the fun of it, so you guys can see what that's all about. But anyways, currently in the way the build is right now, if you are using your tranq gun and you jump into Archwing, it will unfortunately take away your tranq gun. So in order to actually check the map for the animal again, you're going to have to land and put your tranq gun back out and then search for the animal again, in case you are trying to double check the map and see where the animals are. But once again, the map gave you a direct location of exactly where you're going to find the animal excrement, and you're going to then go once again and track the animal's tracks. If you do lose track of where the animal is, you just kind of have to move back towards where the poop was, catch up with where the feet were, and then kind of follow them. There are certain locations on the map where the feet or the footprints are a lot more difficult to follow. In this video, I happen to get 2 fairly easy tracks for animals, but there are definitely some terrain that you walk over that is hard to see where the tracks are. Sometimes the animal will kind of go up and around an object or something. You'll have to take care of that. But once again, we have arrived at another call location for an animal, and once again over on the right you can see the little meter. It wants us to put the little cursor in the location, press down on the mouse button or the call button, and then follow that meter down to wherever wherever the call goes. And then you kind of want to move away from whatever you're standing on, your call point, and try and find a good advantage point to finding one of these animals. Sure enough, over there to the right, this animal was kind of off to the one side. Luckily, I didn't scare it away when I came up here, but we were able to shoot it and trank it. And as you can see, this one kind of took off a little bit when we shot it, which is common. But as long as you hit this animal, you should be fine. It might change when we get to other animals. I know there is an animal that has like a hard outer shell, and in order to trank it, you have to hit its belly. But for the most part, yeah, it's basically you know, find the poop, track the animal, go to the call, and then when you find the animal, trank it. And that's the conservation. That's basically the way Fortuna's conservation works in the game. So hopefully you guys learned something. I'm sure there's going to be more trank guns in the future, because there are some extras for sale. I'm not too sure what the benefits are. Maybe they're just stronger and can take down bigger animals. But then you got to buy calls and all that stuff in order to use those. And everything is reusable at this point, except for at some point there might be like some extra, you know, lures or something. But for now, that's how everything is, reusable and track and trank. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you guys again in another video. Thanks for watching. Blah.